EA have actually fixed career mode. Partly, let's not get ahead of ourselves. So EA Sports have actually just released a patch today out of literally nowhere. I don't even see, what's the point in having game changers? You don't even tell them anything. So a patch has come out, like a humongous patch, has out of nowhere materialized on PC. There's a lot of things. I've got it in front of me. There's like hundreds of bullet points. I'm not reading through this. But obviously you lot are like predominantly career mode fans if you subscribe to my channel, so I'll go through that, the gameplay stuff, the Volta stuff. That's a lie. No one cares about the Volta stuff. So first of all, what you should know, if you're watching this video, you'll already have the patch on PC. It's literally come out straight away. There was no pre-warning. From what I can tell, it's coming to consoles relatively soon, but I don't think they've given any kind of date as to when it's going to happen. Usually, patches do tend to come to the PC version first. That's no real issue. That's normal. Yeah, the fact they haven't really given us a date on when it's going to come to console players, which realistically is the majority of players when it comes to FIFA, is not concerning, but doesn't indicate to me that it's going to be in the next few days. I'll leave a link down in the description below to the full document, but I'll have some of it on the screen for you. So first of all, they've made legendary difficulty more difficult. They've made it more of a challenge by enhancing different areas of the AI's skills, including an increased likelihood in getting green time shots, better passing, better opportunities to dribble past the actual player. So basically the CPU, the AI, is now better on legendary difficulty. I have no idea whether that actually then corresponds to any of the other difficulties, namely the one that's meant to be better than it, aka ultimate difficulty. Are we gonna now end up with a situation where legendary is better than ultimate, or has closed the gap drastically to ultimate, and yet the highest difficulty hasn't actually been made more difficult yet? I'm not gonna lie, I'm hardly a pro player, and I find ultimate difficulty a little bit too easy. Like, to say, I mean, I'm not an average FIFA player at all. I literally only play it to make videos. So pretty much the games that you've seen on the channel are, to all intents and purposes, the only games I have played on FIFA 20, and I already find Ultimate AI a little bit too easy. We're doing a little bit too well on the career mode series. Give it 2 months, I'll have pretty much worked out every deficiency the Ultimate difficulty has and probably exploited it. I'm sure most people have already. But now let's get on to the specific career mode fixes. If you're interested in Pro Clubs Ultimate Team Volta, just Pro Clubs and Ultimate Team. As I mentioned, the document will be down in the description below. I probably won't be talking about them in this video. I am predominantly a career mode guy. It's probably why you came here, for the title and stuff. The big one, the massive one to me, is that supposedly they have fixed the AI starting 11 glitch. And it's not just for new career mode saves. They've actually fixed the algorithm for everything. So even in your existing career mode saves, aka ones you've already started, like, I don't know, when the game came out about a month ago. It wasn't a month ago. That's a lie. Why am I so bad with my dates? Basically, if you started a career mode save when the game first came out, this will work for that as well. Obviously, the original issue, I'm sure most of you know about it by now. When you were playing a game on career mode against really any team, they were starting a reserve team, probably worse than a reserve team, a 4-string side against you for really no apparent reason. I've seen screenshots, I've seen information in a Game Changers group chat, and from what I can tell, it is fixed. You know, I saw a screenshot of a Leicester side, which although wasn't perfect, was a lot better. It was only really missing 3 players and now 1 player severely out of position. But that was really the only instance I've seen of it being broken. Like, apart from that, it seems like teams are consistently putting out their strongest starting 11s now. I find it mad that we're even having this conversation in the first place, because obviously the original pitch notes for FIFA 20, for when career mode was first announced and when we heard about the things that were coming to the game, it said on those pitch notes that this issue was solved from FIFA 19, and yet they somehow made it exponentially worse and have had to actually fix it mid-game. Again, I think they could get done for false advertising there, because from the outset, for the first month of this game being out, it's been absolutely appalling. But at least they have now managed to fix the issues. Again, this is only for PC right now. If you're on the console, this won't apply to you just yet. Second thing, another big glitch, and that's the Champions League and Europa League not working if teams from the rest of the world win the Europa League the season before. So for instance, let's say you're in Season 3 of a career career mode and a team from the rest of the world wins the Europa League. Shakhtar Donetsk, Dinamo Zagreb, Sparta Prague, any team like that. If they win it, for some reason, the team from the rest of the world isn't then put into the Champions League. So obviously, if you win the Europa League, you automatically get put in the Champions League if you didn't finish in a Champions League spot in, like, real life. So if you finished outside the top 4 in the Premier League, for example, you automatically go into the Champions League anyway. So for some reason, I'm guessing it's because the rest of the world isn't a functioning league on the game. The teams are just there, but the league doesn't actually happen. For some reason or another, that team then isn't put into the seeding, isn't put into the pots for the Champions League. The Champions League is missing one team, and therefore it can't actually happen properly because it doesn't have its full quota of 32 clubs in it. And then based off of that, the Europa League then receives teams that finish 3rd in the group stages of the Champions Leagues, then the Europa League breaks as well. That has now been fixed. I don't know why it even broke because it's never been an issue before. I've seen rest of the world teams win the Europa League on FIFA 19, never been a problem. That was the case this year. It's been fixed, but only in new career mode saves. So I'm sorry, this has already happened to you, which it probably has. I've seen it happen to a lot of people already. Your career mode save's done for as far as the Champions League is concerned. If you're 3 seasons deep, 4 seasons deep into a road to glory, this has happened to you. You got to start again if you want to actually feel the benefits of this patch. So that's already 2 pretty big ones. You got your Champions League glitches fixed. The starting 11 glitch seems actually genuinely fixed as well. After that, they've also fixed an issue where managers were getting sacked even though they had a pretty good record. I don't know what it means by record. I don't know whether it means they're just high ranking in the table or whether it means that a manager's rating, as in the number in the top left of the screen, is really high. If it's really high, then that just must be a glitch because I've never experienced that personally. But if it's a situation where the owners are sacking managers purely because of the fact that the team's low in morale, or whether it's because you've offered some stupid release clause to someone, then that's actually a good thing because that's a lot more regular. The real key issue is that the chairman, the board, whatever, don't actually care about results that happen out on the pitch. They pretty much only care whether you're keeping your team happy and whether it's in good image of the club. I have my doubts as to whether it's that they fixed because they, again, as I've always said, they made a specific email to tell you what you've done wrong when that happens. That was actually an intentional thing they put into the game. So I think we'll still see managers getting sacked for release clauses or players being unhappy, but maybe the board will care a little bit more now about the actual points the team has got, the results that are happening out in games. They made fixes to questions in press conferences as well. Again, it's kind of vague. I don't know whether that means that you're getting more relevant questions or you're getting less spelling mistakes in questions, because that was a thing. Poor grammar and mistakes all over the gaff. Carabao Cup now goes straight to penalties in the semi-finals. Apparently before it was going to extra time and then penalties, which obviously isn't the case. If it's a draw, it now goes straight to penalties. So that's actually been implemented. Recently signed youth academy players aren't expecting to get straight into the starting 11 anymore. To be fair, this has been an issue across multiple career modes, but it was worse in this one. I think youth academy players have always expected a little bit too much, even though they have prospect as a contract or a squad role automatically. I don't know where they then get the idea they're going to be starting every game. That apparently has been nerfed as well. And finally, another small one. They've also added goal difference to the standings. I don't know why they took that out. Why? What's the point? Having goals for and goals against if you don't have goal difference. There's quite a lot of things that have been fixed there, career mode specific, and also quite a few gameplay changes. Again, the document will be down in the description if you want to take more of an in-depth look at it. But worth noting things that haven't been fixed. Obviously, the player editing glitch where you've got a centre mid, you edit them and then suddenly their ratings change and all this sort of baloney. That is still a thing. They haven't given any sort of time reference as to when that'll be fixed, and it's not in this patch. Same goes for fixture congestion. That's still an issue. I know that was in the original pitch notes, but there are still times where a game is happening the day after another one. Transfers breaking down as well in terms of permanent signings of players who are low rated and loan deals still. And obviously the Champions League glitch, although it's fixed in new saves, a lot of people have already started ones and it still exists in those career mode saves. Whether Europa League or Champions League glitch has already happened, or just generally career mode saves that were created before this patch are still susceptible, even if it hasn't happened yet. Overall, it's just nice to see EA actually doing something and actually patching big things that we have complained about so much. Obviously, it's still completely unacceptable these things were in the game from the outset. There is no way career mode, a game mode as big as career mode, should be getting released with all the issues that it had. It was absolutely diabolical, but at least the slight silver lining is that a lot of it is fixed now. Again, a lot of it, not all of it. I find it amazing that modders like Fifa can fix absolutely every single issue in one realism mod. That's like 90 plus fixes, and yet EA in a month can do 12, of which 3 are serious ones. Again, not ungrateful, and I do realize there's a difference between modding and coding, but it is mental that that can be so much more effective than EA, a massive multi-billion-dollar company. I'm done waffling though. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below as to whether this is enough. If you enjoyed this one though, slap a like on the video and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It's the big red button under the video and it massively helps me out. You can also follow me on social media. It's at @theofficialfng on Twitter and links will be down below. But it has been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy yourselves and goodbye.